Hey guys, Rap here. So this video is going to be a little bit different from how I usually do it. So one thing I want to start doing, and starting with this video, is start making these like little annual like progress things, or like just recap, like annual recaps of like my life or the channel or whatever have you. So one of the first things I want to talk about, honestly, is my mental health. And so, to be honest with you guys, I've had a bit of a rough year. For those who don't know, about end of 2023, I got injured at basic training. When I was enlisted in the Marine Corps. I fortunately couldn't complete basic because of said injury. And with that same injury, I haven't really been able to work a lot of jobs I used to be able to do, like construction or fast food or really anything. And so it's really been hard for me to find any work, and let alone trying to find treatment for it, especially with how the VA has been working with me, or not, or the lack thereof. But yeah, I mean, for about a year, I was told by the VA I couldn't, get my knee checked out by anybody outside the VA, otherwise they would threaten to take away my benefits, etc. And then they end up just not looking at my knee anyways, and just tell me to screw off, essentially. And of course, that's just life, It definitely took a huge mental toll, I would say, just trying to be able to can't work, wasn't getting the help I need. But now, luckily, I'm starting to go through the process of doing through privatized, medical care and everything, so I can actually get my knee treated. So my mental is doing better in that regard, but still having a bit of a rough time, you could say, a bit less so than I was for the past year. Now, as far as me re-enlisting or whatever, I do plan to be able to do that, at least have the option to be able to do that again. But first things first, I want to actually get my knee healed before I can actually push myself and train myself before I go back into basic and everything, and all that jazz, Elaborating more on the possibility of re-enlistment. When I originally enlisted into the Marine Corps, I went in to be a cybersecurity engineer. Now, with that being said, obviously, if I were to go back in, my knee would need to fully heal. But of course, there's not a guarantee that that will be the case. And because I'm still choosing cybersecurity for my career, military or civilian, I've started attending classes through a program to get me my certification that I need to do, said job. And if my knee does completely heal after all, I could probably go in as a warrant officer, or as just doing it as a civilian job while just re-enlisting as a reservist instead. Despite not being able to finish boot camp, I still miss being in the military. It was definitely a very fun thing to do. Definitely had its lows, but it was definitely had a very high highs as well. I had some of my best days in my whole entire life in the military. I've met some great friends in the military that I miss. There's just a lot that goes into the reason why I miss being in and want to re-enlist. Now, for those who have never enlisted for any military service or whatever, no matter what I say or how hard I try to explain it, it will never do it justice. But for those who have been in, you know exactly what I'm referring to. I miss it a lot. I miss it every single day. Moving on from the whole entire IRL stuff and just, mental health or whatever, right? Let's go on to the more stuff like the channel and the future of it. As far as what games I'm playing these days, I've kind of gone back to my roots, if you will. So I'm playing TF2 again mostly, as well as CS. I've also picked up Squad, which is kind of like a Milsim type of tech shooter-ish, for those who don't know. If you know what Arma is, it's kind of like that in some ways. But as far as Overwatch goes, I haven't really had the desire or really any thought of playing it really. It just has gone any direction for me that's not fun. So I'm just not a fan of it. But if you're enjoying Overwatch and everything, more power to you. For me, it just kind of went into a direction away from the version of the game that I fell in love with. Not saying that it will, I'm forever done with the game. I might hop in once in a while or something if it interests me again, but it's just not how it is right now. I have been asked by a couple of you guys if I'm moving to Marvel Rivals per se. I would say that I am enjoying Marvel Rivals, but I'm not enjoying it to the extent that I did with the original Overwatch, or the aforementioned games that I'm playing right now. When I usually do play Marvel Rivals, it's usually with friends only. I don't play it solo. That being said, it's a really fun game, and I probably will make some content on it at some point. I just don't know if or when. So again, I'm definitely enjoying the game a lot, just not enough to admit to switch to it as a focus for my personal, gaming hours, or even especially for not for this channel. But regardless, you might see some stuff on here. As far as content creation journal goes on this channel, I'm mostly streaming than I am doing something like a video. For like YouTube or TikTok or something, but I'd like to get some clips going for TikTok or something. I haven't really been focused on videos per se, because when it comes to videos, I'm not exactly proud of what I've put out as far as content goes on YouTube. But I know a few of you have enjoyed some of the content, obviously, but if you have, I'm happy for you. But I want to do better if I do more videos. This one's a bit more scrappy like the other ones are, but it's more of like just a vlog kind of thing, you'd say, or as I said before. I'm not really proud of what I've put on YouTube. They definitely could be better. If any of my social media platforms ever were to grow big enough where I would be making enough money to hire an editor or whatever, I would do so. There are for sure better, smarter people when it comes to editing for YouTube than me. And if I had the resources to hire an editor of some sort, I would probably have them edit my streams into like fun little videos for YouTube and whatnot, so both my channel on Twitch and YouTube could grow. And of course, not just grow, but make the content that I'm putting out more entertaining for you guys. As far as game-specific like goals, like for Counter-Strike, I did play on a team for one season for ESEA and whatnot, and I really enjoyed it. But I haven't really been able to do it again because, one, I can't pay for the pass right now, and B, my classes that I said from earlier are conflicting with the times of when games actually are, and so I haven't really been able to really play ESA. Playing on ESA is something I do want to do again whenever my classes are done. And to be honest, being able to play on the big stage at a major would be freaking awesome. Who wouldn't want to do that, you know? At least having that experience would be something. As far as like TF2 or Squad or whatever specifically, those two games I'm not really playing to compete or anything like that. I'm just playing to mess around and have fun. That's what it comes down to. Though I don't see myself like competing in TF2 as a serious thing, but say if there was like, you know, a charity event where there was a competitive play, right? And, you know, I probably would participate in that, you know, and that'd be kind of cool, honestly. As far as Squad goes, I'm not sure what I'll do for content besides streaming yet, because let's put it this way, I'm spanking new at the game, so I'm still figuring out a lot of like the fundamentals of the game and how it's actually supposed to be played, that kind of stuff. But maybe as I get better and better with it and more comfortable with the game, I can actually start like making video for it and streaming in these little fun little, you know, maybe events with other people, you know. But again, this is like, as far as content creation in general goes, this is more of an experimental phase more than anything. It's no secret that I haven't really been streaming as actively as I probably could have for the past year, to be honest. And the reason for that is because I'm on a single PC setup, and with Counter-Strike 2 being released and everything, it's a lot more demanding on a single PC setup and whatnot. But for the past couple of days, I've been doing some test streams, and it seems to be doing okay now. At some point, I do want to build another PC to have a dual PC setup and everything. But of course, that won't be for a while because I have no income currently. But for now, a single PC setup will do, even with Counter-Strike, with how unoptimized it is currently. If you do want to watch me stream, it'll be in the link in the description. It's just twitch.tv/Rapture. You cannot miss it. As far as a streaming schedule goes, I'm still figuring that out, but for sure on Mondays and Wednesdays, it'd be harder for me to do so because those are the nights I have classes. And lastly, if for whatever reason you do want to spend some money on me, I do have a new merch store open, so get yourself something nice. Link will be in the description below. That being said, that's what I have for today. I hope you have a wonderful night. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.